So, Andrina, you're from here originally. How
Mhm.
would you describe Aliquippa?
Mm. Aliquippa is a place that is full of love and has experienced a lot of hurt. There's so many things about Aliquippa that is so beautiful. The mornings in Aliquippa, the way the sun sets in Aliquippa is so beautiful. We love hard. We desire to help one another. It's a beautiful history here, a beautiful, beautiful history. And trauma is real. Trauma is not just for a person. Trauma happens to a place as well. Sometimes self-inflicted trauma. And trying to love from hurt is really, really difficult. And sometimes where there's hurt, there's a sense of distrust. There's a sense of, I'm just not even going to try because I don't want to potentially get hurt again. I don't want to mess up. And I think that Aliquippa is that hurt and broken place that's full of love.
Always have the knife like here. So you make sure that you don't cut your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna start cooking for you now. No, he already cooked. He does cooking for 2 years. What's your favorite thing to cook? You like noodles. Do you ever add vegetables to your noodles? Yeah. Ooh, we're gonna add vegetables to noodles today.
Favorite vegetable is broccoli.
Ooh, you like your trees.
So I have never done any kind of work like this, which I consider community development work. I'm a dietitian and a diabetes educator who's taught my whole life.
It might be a little easier.
In 2017, I was presented with an opportunity to work on a national project called Well Connected Communities. And it was to help communities to address an issue through a coalition or the strengthening of a coalition. And so I thought, wow, this is something I've always wanted to do. Okay, I'm going to go into a community and work with them, and it's all going to happen. Not understanding that many communities that have suffered over years don't trust organizations or people just because they appear and say, I want to help you. You have to have these relationships to build the trust. So slowly, people were introducing me to people. I've learned so much from people telling me of situations that they're facing. I never really understood all of the challenges people have to get food.
So one thing about Aliquippa is there were gardens in every plan, on every street. There were gardens, like just in the backyard. Like people were growing their food.
Most of Beaver County started out as rural. I'll use West Aliquippa as an example. Everybody there had gardens. My husband's grandparents migrated to the United States from Italy, settled there to work in a mill, so it's like most folks. But they had these fantastic gardens. He even had a fig tree in West Aliquippa. The backyard was a garden. He had a wine press in the basement, grew his own grapes, made his wine, the whole 9 yards. Most of the folks down there lived up until their upper 80s and 90s, and very healthy, because they grew, cooked, and ate.
A lot of them coming from the South were used to working on farms, tomatoes or peppers or, those things that you use often in your daily diet, in your cooking. Aliquippa can cook. They've been in the kitchen with their moms and their grandmothers or whoever was cooking it out of tradition, cooking out of necessity. The ethnic population is heavily diverse here. Lebanese festival, Greek festival, Italian festivals, all of them, everybody can cook. But access to anything here is difficult because we have a community that not everybody drives and transportation is so poor in the county, period.
Growing up, there was a grocery store, a neighborhood grocery store in every neighborhood. You knew the owners, and I know that that's the way it was. And the next thing we knew, a supermarket was coming, and they have everything, and that's when everything else started to dry up.
Living in Aliquippa, like, if you want to go to the grocery store and you live anywhere on this side of Kennedy Boulevard, you have to have a car. It would be one thing if like we were flat and you could take your cart and like roll a cart. But say you get on the bus and you go to the grocery store. You can only buy as much as you can carry. That makes that difficult.
Herb Bailey really felt strongly that the low food access issue was really, really important to address. And as I started to dig into it, I'm like, this is exactly what we need to do. So we started the Aliquippa Food Council for the community to be able to provide their ideas, and you work with them to make things happen. One of those was a wellness festival. It wasn't specific to just food, but overall wellness.
It's just starting with that education, starting with that awareness, just one little step at a time, and then committing yourself to making that change.
We worked on the produce cart.
For us, mobility was key so that we can visit multiple communities, and we're still building. We just got approved to accept SNAP, EBT. Food sort of forms the basis for, I think, all of our relationships, if you really think about it. And as this grows, I'm just hoping that that impact on our customers will grow as well.
We also wanted to grow food. But it's also us starting to work on the Aliquippa Food Co-op.
And one of the things that I'm working on is trying to bring an Aliquippa Food Co-op grocery store to the community. Right now in our downtown area, residents only can shop at convenience stores and stores that offer a lot of foods that are not heart healthy, things that cause like diabetes and different other health issues in the Black community. So right now we're trying to look at helping to bring an aspect of us owning our own grocery store, us having a voice in the decision making for that grocery store, and us deciding whatever goes on, as opposed to a giant corporation coming in who don't have our best interests. So we're working on that, and that's one way that the community can start to become involved.
So it's really exciting because it's very, very local. I think that's the best way to describe a food co-op, and helps the community not only have increased food access, but increased job opportunities, increase opportunities to provide product to the store.
Well-Connected Communities has really been a catalyst for a lot of the collaboration across the county, I'd say. Like, there are organizations and things that are connected to this project that aren't even necessarily connected to food. And I think that's really cool.
I think I'm going to be down here when I'm retired. I feel very vested in the community. Very, very vested in the community. I love the people. It feels wonderful to feel belong.
By us coming together on this one topic, it's just been a beautiful way to just model what partnership and collaboration looks like.